Okay, this is Rhythm Counting 101. First thing you need to realize is that the answers are down here. That's what's being graded. You are not being graded on what you put above the measures. That's just a place for you to use a tool I like to call the cheat sheet. And for our cheat sheet, we need to put in eighth note counting. In 3/4 time, the eighth notes will always be 1 and 2 and 3 and. Some of you are starting your measures with and. You're trying to line things up above the notes to do things like this. And that shows that you're thinking rhythm counting before you've done the cheat sheet. And you really shouldn't. You really should just put the cheat sheet in like this at the beginning of the measure. In fact, I'm going to cut and paste this into all the measures right now. Our second step is to ask yourself, how many eighth notes are in this dotted half right here? Of course, a half note has 4 eighth notes. The dot gets half of what it's next to, so the dot gets 2. So this dotted half note gets 6 eighth notes. Parentheses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Parentheses. If we were doing this with a pencil, I would say bubble it and circle it, but for what we're doing here with the PDFs, go ahead and put parentheses around. It's another dotted half note. Same thing, 6 eighth notes. This measure, we have a quarter note. A quarter note gets 2 eighth notes. So I'm going to put parentheses around 2 things. Another quarter note, 2 eighth notes, and another quarter note, 2 eighth notes. This last measure, that's an eighth note. I'm only going to put parentheses around one thing because it's an eighth note. That's a quarter rest. Just like a quarter note, a quarter rest gets 2 items inside the parentheses. And then we have eighth note, single, eighth note, eighth rest, single, and at the end, eighth note, single. Here's your double check. 1 note, 1 set of parentheses. 1 note, 1 set of parentheses. 1, 2, 3 notes, 1, 2, 3 sets of parentheses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes and rests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of parentheses. The next step is to take the first thing in each set of parentheses and put it in the answer box. So for this, I would just put a 1. This, I would just put a 1. Some of you are used to the elementary school, middle school method, and you're putting 1, 2, 3, or all of it. And that's not what we do with the high school method. Just take the first thing in each set of parentheses. So this one would be 1, this one would be 2, this one would be 3. And this type of rhythm, a lot of people are messing up because they want to start with an and. I don't know why. Because the first parentheses, the first thing inside the first set of parentheses is a 1. This one has an and. This one has an and. This one has a 3. And for this one here, it's an and. Last thing to do is go through and ask myself note or rest. That's a note, do nothing. Note, nothing. Note, nothing. Note, nothing. Note, nothing. Note, nothing. Rest. Oh, hang on a second. I have to put parentheses around my rest. That shows that we count that rhythm, but we're not playing. And a lot of you are doing everything correct, except you are not putting parentheses around the rest. Note, nothing. Rest, parentheses. Note, nothing. If you get to this point, you've done it. Hopefully this helps you understand how to do the rhythm counting. If you have something like 2/4 time, your cheat sheet's only going to be 1 and 2 and, because there's only 2 beats in a measure. And you can copy that and paste it across and then do the same process. Okay, so why should you care to know this method? Because a lot of you can probably just run through this and put in the counting as you need to. And it's not a big deal to go ahead and do that and not have anything above. You will get it correct if you put in the right answer. However, if you know this process, when we graduate up to something that looks more like this, you can easily decipher a more complex rhythm like this if you apply the 16th note rhythm counting. So here we have 1 eanda, 2 eanda, 3 eanda, and we ask ourselves how many 16th notes are in this? 1 16th note, 1 16th rest, 1 quarter note. Well, a quarter note is 4 16ths. 1 eighth note. An eighth note is 2 16ths. 1 quarter note. 1 quarter note is 4 16ths. And then when I go to put my answers in, I'm going to have to line it up a little better with this. I'd say 1, parentheses, E, and then all the way over here underneath this eighth rest, there's my and then I come over here and 3. And if I double check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notes or rests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of parentheses. First one goes here, second one goes here, third one goes there, fourth one goes here, fifth one goes there. You can real easily use the same method and just shift your cheat sheet into 16th mode, and all of a sudden these rhythms are not that hard to figure out and pretty easy to do the rhythm counting on. Go ahead and practice with the first part of this video again if you think you need to. Otherwise, go to it, get that rhythm counting done, redo any assignments that you did not get complete on, and hopefully this helped.